All righty, are you guys here? Good. Okay, good stuff. All right, let me share my screen. Good. I see you guys. Good stuff. All right, hopefully, yep, you can see my screen. Let me know that you can see it. All right, good stuff. Well, let's get started. I'm excited, of course. Welcome again. 16 networking untruths the devil uses to prevent you from being productive, creative, and profitable. Let me tell you something. Uh, oops, hold on one second. Let me make sure. Got that. When I was putting this presentation together, it definitely spoke volumes to me because I remember believing some of these untruths. So thank God now, though, that I no longer believe these untruths, and you guys know me now as a success coach. That's right. Hold on one second. Good. Okay. You guys know me as a success coach. So I'm Robin Ware, of course, based here in Atlanta, Georgia. And I'm excited that I get to hang out with great entrepreneurs like you. A lot of you may be in the beginning stages of entrepreneurship. You're dreaming, you're thinking about it, you're plotting, you're strategizing, all of that. And that's still great. Some of you are already in entrepreneurship. And then some of you are working a full-time job as well as doing your entrepreneurial gig on the side. And that's great as well. Whatever it is, I want you to do what you can do to employ yourself, right? When you employ your faith, it gives you the ability to stand on the word of God and employ your faith. So let's get started. Our 16 networking untruths that the devil uses to prevent you from being productive, creative, and profitable. Some of you, when you think about networking, you say, hey, Robin, I don't know anyone that I can network with. Listen, you're connected to more people than you realize. With social media, think about your Facebook following. Those are people that you can network with. You can send them inboxes. You can post graphics on a regular basis. But the only way that you're going to be focused on that list is to make a list of all the places that you could potentially network with people. So I already said Facebook. Of course, Instagram. You could do it through Periscope. Of course, you could do it through Facebook Live. What about at church? What about at the mall? Literally. I know this sounds crazy, but this is how you employ your faith, right? The Lord gives us the ability to create wealth. I say that all the time. So I want you to employ your faith. Believe in God that He is the end all be all, right? The Alpha and the Omega. And I want you to go to the mall with the faith that you're going to meet 5 people that could potentially pay you, 5 people that need what it is you offer, 5 people that could be that possible connection, right? I was at a restaurant just the other day. 3 people in the restaurant knew me. I didn't know who they were. 3 people, and that was for dinner. I went to this restaurant and literally they said, hey, one of them said, aren't you Robin? And I said, yes. And I said, tell me who you are. Don't ever be afraid or ashamed to tell somebody that you need a little reminder, right, as to who they are, because people would rather appreciate that you're honest. Yes. And let them know, because I care enough to let people know that I want to know who they are. All right. So good stuff. I see you're on, Lady O. Glad to have you on as well. Good stuff. Yes. So you got to, I always say that you have to let the word do the work. Let the word do the work. So employ your faith, use the word. What is it that you can do to figure out who you can network with. Again, people say, well, I don't really know people that would buy what it is I offer. Well, then you have to train them and to help them see why they need you. A lot of you, prior to meeting me, probably didn't know why you needed me, right? But a lot of you, I'm your success mom, I'm your success coach, I'm your motivator, I'm your encourager. I'm even, the vessel that God uses to speak directly into you. Whatever our relationship is, had I sat on my hands and decided that no one was going to show up because no one was assigned to me, I wouldn't have met amazing people like you. All right. So that is number one. Number two is you wait for a reason to network. Listen, your network will support you and sustain you in good times and in bad times. When you have an event and when you don't have an event, people show up when they're receiving something that's adding value to their life. You've got to be a blessing. And it can't be about, I'm doing this because I want to make money. I do a lot of free things. You guys know this. I pour into you, right? And because I do that consistently, you trust me. You all know that my 3 steps, know, like, and trust. That's why I do what I do. So don't wait for a reason to network. Don't wait until you're at an event. No, I want you to always be consciously thinking about how you can network with someone. You don't want to be that person that you're only reaching out to people when you're having an event. You don't want to be that person that's only reaching out when you're trying to sell something. You definitely don't want to be that person only reaching out when you need something. All right. So do not wait for a reason to network. Don't let the enemy convince you of that. Number 3 is you failed to create a networking script. And so you find yourself fumbling. Yeah. And stammering for the right words. No, you have got to perfect your networking pitch. It's like a sandwich, you want to ask them something about themselves or say something positive. Preferably say something positive, then ask them something about themselves, and then say something positive about what they just said to you before you even start introducing what it is you do. So, oh my goodness, isn't this an amazing event? Or don't you love this church? Or don't you love this store? Don't you love this mall? Don't you love whatever, wherever you're at? Say something positive, right? Then ask them something about themselves. Well, how'd you find out about this place? How did you get here? Who introduced you to this wonderful ministry? And then say, it's so awesome that we have people like you that are a part of this great ministry. You say all of that before you introduce really who you are and what you're doing and what your goals are, right? So have your networking script available. If that's good, if that's an idea that you've not thought of, I want you to say yes in the comment box. Yeah, I'm pouring my water. Yep. I want you to say yes in the comment box. Good. You got to have your networking script and you practice it in the mirror. I don't care how crazy it sounds, how silly it may seem, but I have perfected it. I'm telling you, I had a wonderful time. I see some of the ladies on. I spoke this past weekend at Callaway Gardens. I was the guest of Tabernacle Baptist Church. Hey, Tab. The week before that, I was at a church in Baltimore, Tabernacle of the Lord Church. And so I was excited to be there. And it requires networking in order for you to make a connection. I don't care how valuable what it is you're adding to that person's life. You have to always come from the standpoint of how can I be a blessing? Isn't that biblical? I told you everything your girl teaches you, it's based on biblical principles. All right. Number is you are unprepared. Now, like I said, you're going to get a copy of this handout so that you can reference it and use it later. So go ahead, you can take notes, but you will get a copy as soon as this ends. So you are unprepared. Thinking you know what you want is not the same as knowing what you want. So once you've gone through your introduction, right, you have gotten your script together. Now you got to know what you want. Right? That's why I always teach that when you have multiple streams running, multiple businesses, you have to know who your audience is so that you're passing out the right card, the right business card. It's the same thing in networking. You have to be unprepared. You have to be prepared, excuse me, in knowing what it is you want. And so once you get through that introductory, those little 3 questions with the person, then you can start your pitch, right? Are you wanting people to join your email list? Are you wanting people, you just want to exchange business cards? Are you wanting people to know about your upcoming event? Because if you try to hit them with all 3, that's too much information. That's overwhelmed. All right. So you got to know, you got to have a plan. Okay. When I go to this event, I just talked to a friend this morning and we're getting ready to go to this event. And so I said, without even thinking, oh my goodness, this is going to be a great opportunity for me to do this. I didn't say X, Y, and Z. I said X, just one thing, because that's the focus that I want to have. You don't want to be networking with someone and get off track. All right. Again, particularly for those of you that do multiple things, you have multiple streams going like I do. Yes, you want to make sure that you are properly prepared. What is it that you're going to offer? Who's your ideal client? What's your avatar? If your avatar is a middle-aged woman that's in her 40s, then why ever would you be spending time talking to a 22-year-old that just graduated from college? There's nothing wrong with being nice, but I'm talking about being intentional with your time. When you meet that 22-year-old, you say hello, you embrace them, and then you keep it moving. Yes, because you got to get over to the other side of the room. Yeah, to that 45-year-old female that you spotted when you first walked in the door. All right. All good stuff. If that's good, give me a number 2 in the comment box. All right, good stuff. Welcome. I see some more folks join us. We got 35 people on. I'm excited about it. You guys make sure that you're following me on Crowdcast. This is a free class. The only thing, look, see, I was prepared. The only thing I wanted to have you do, this is my call to action. I want you to make sure you subscribe and follow me on Crowdcast. That gives you the opportunity to know when I'm on and to hang out with me in the future. All right. So make sure you do that. I'll remind you before we end as well. Oops. Okay, let me see. We're on what, number 5? Yes. Uh-oh. This one is a little toughy, but it's true. You talk about yourself too much. When networking, it's important that you listen to what everyone else is saying. When networking, it's important that you listen to what everyone else is saying. That's how you can get direction on if it's time for you to do your pitch. That's how you can get clarity on if this is the right person for you. The person may be a 45-year-old woman, but if they're just going through, let's say, a hardship, may not be the ideal person for you if you're trying to initially, get them to join your sales funnel and then ultimately pitch some sort of training or product to them. So listen, that's right. Shantae, she said that is a pet peeve. And I get it. While a big part of networking is marketing yourself, it's important that you know when to draw the line. As wonderful as I think I am, I understand that it is my assignment, using the word of God, is to love my neighbor, is to love on you, is to show you that I care, is to show you that you matter. It's to show you that you are important, regardless of what my goals are. That's always my first priority. That's what Christ does for us, right? Christ isn't necessarily in the saving business. He's in the transformation business. He wants us, when we connect with him, to be, Romans, I think it's, 12:2. Yeah, be ye transformed. Don't conform. He wants us transformed. And so that's what we have to always think about. All right. Good stuff. That's right. Prophet said, people don't care until they know that we care. They don't care about you until they know that you care about them. Good stuff. All right. Number 6, I tell you that enemy is a little tricky, but I got something for him. You monopolize someone's time. Now listen, you have honed in on that middle-aged person, but do not stand there and monopolize their entire time at this networking event. If you're networking through Facebook, don't send them 5 inbox messages. Send them 1, respond, and then get them off of Facebook, either into your sales funnel or onto your email list, or exchange numbers so that you can talk on the phone or text, but don't just monopolize their time. All right. You got to be sensitive to that. Although, making a connection is important, you want to make sure that you're able to get in as many conversations as you can, as well as allowing them to get in as many conversations as well. So a good rule of thumb is that if the person is carrying less than half the conversation, it's time to end it. Yeah. If it appears that you're the one carrying the conversation, they're not shaking their head, like I am in the affirmative, they're not asking questions. Their body language keeps shifting, because they're getting tired. Yes, that means, as a rule of thumb, it's time to end the conversation. All right. So I'm blessed to really get to hang out and meet some amazing people. And it can be tempting, when I meet certain pastors and leaders and women and bishops and business owners, I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited. But I don't immediately take out my camera and say, can we take a picture? Can we do a selfie? That's what some of y'all do, and you need to stop it. Yes, because you want people to see you as a peer. You want people to see you as a professional. You want people to see you as responsible and not as some silly groupie. Uh-oh, Kim is going to text me. I know it. But listen, if you're in agreement with me, say no groupies. There's nothing wrong with asking for pictures with people. I mean, I do it, but I'm just saying, when you're at a networking event and you see someone that you may be a little impressed with, yeah, you got to remember who God said you are. They ought to be just as excited to meet you too. All right, good stuff. All righty, good. They said get the wand. Let me get the wand. There we go. Yes. So no groupies. Yes, you're there working. You don't want to be seen as the silly person in the room, right? All right, good stuff. Number 7. We're moving. Here we go. This is another trick the enemy uses. You lack etiquette. Yes, you lack etiquette. I love this. You all know when I first got started doing my entrepreneurial dreams, right? I called myself Lady Etiquette. That's a little known fact, but I called myself Lady Etiquette because I love to teach etiquette. And so, there are some, let me see, there's about 5 networking etiquette tips I'm going to share with you. Number 1, you show up to an event late. Yeah, that's not good. You interrupt people while they're talking. That's not good. You're talking for an extended period of time about yourself. Not good. Not asking other people who they are and allowing them to contribute. Number 4 or 5, you're barging into a group conversation. That's probably the worst. When you walk up to a group and they're already in the middle of a conversation, just stand there and wait to be invited to join the conversation. Talking with your mouth full. I know when you're at a networking event, you may be eating. I don't eat. What I do is I'll have something to drink. So it's easy just to take a sip. My fingers never get messy. I'm able to shake hands. I'm able to hug. But if you're eating, then, you don't want people to touch you, and you definitely don't want to touch people. So I understand that my purpose there, while I am there to enjoy the food and the festivities, but while I am focusing on networking, I'm not eating. Then when all that's done, I'll go and I'll get something to eat. All right. So don't lack proper etiquette. All right. Good stuff. Put a number 7 in the comment box if that was good. You all know when you hang out with me that I make sure I do not waste your time. Good stuff. Number 7 is you don't have a business card with you. Why would you come to a networking event and not have a business card, right? I want you to always make sure that you have your business card. The main purpose of having a business card is to get another person's business card. Did you know that? Yes. At a networking event, the main reason why you have your business card is to get someone else's business card. Now, you want them to take your business card and hopefully use it, but that's nothing you can control. But the fact that you get their business card, yes, that's what you want to have happen. And so having that business card makes that exchange easy. A lot of people have their work emails on their business card. They have their work phone on their business card. They don't want you to have their personal contact, their personal phone, their personal email. So giving you that business card gives them time to get comfortable with you through a professional exchange before they decide they want to allow you closer into their space. All right, does that make sense? If that makes sense and you like that, let's put a number 8 in the comment box. And you guys put an asterisk or a star by your favorite. I'm going to ask you at the end which of these tips is your favorite, all right? The 9th untruth that the devil tells you, you have an unprofessional email address. When you're building a network, you need a professional email address. It should be easy for people to understand. It should be easy for people to remember, all right? So don't do any of those funny, even if you use a domain-sponsored email, you know, make sure that it's personal enough that the people feel that you're professional and that you are allowing them, you're wanting the connection, right? So, you know, my personal email, I always have my name in it, right? So I know some people use info, they use admin. Those say that somebody on your team is going to check it. So mine is always, you know, Rware or Robin, so that they feel trustworthy that it's going to be me that they're connecting with. Katina said, what do you say? Number is my all favorite. Say that again, Katina. I wasn't sure what you were trying to say. But so that's why I want to encourage you to use not only a professional email address, but include your name. Again, that lets people know that they're going to be dealing with you. All right. All right. Number 9. If that was your favorite, here we go to number 10. Good. Oh, she said number 9 is her all-time favorite. Good. If you like number 9, put that in the comment box as we make our way to number 10. This is another untruth. You forgot you only have one time to make a first impression. Oh my God, this gives me a headache thinking about this. When I'm at a networking event and you're not professionally dressed, you haven't done your homework to even know the value of the people that are in the room. Yes. When you are not appropriately dressed. Yeah. When you don't understand, this is another etiquette tip, but you keep your business cards in your right hand pocket and then any business cards you collect in your left hand. But because you don't know that, you're meeting people and you're pulling out someone else's card. And then you're saying, oh my goodness, I'm sorry. Let me sort these and, you know, pull my card out. Don't do that. Make sure your cards are in your professional business card holder in your pocket. And then you're gathering the other cards that you're collecting from people in your left-hand pocket. That's your money pocket. You all know I love to give you money tips, right? That's your money point. Yep, you want to put those cards in your left-hand pocket. Now, if you're at like a speed session networking, then you can take your cards out of that holder and put them in your right pocket so that you can just easily pull them out. But if you're not, then please keep it in the holder so that the edges don't become frayed and the cards don't become dull and you know, look like they've been handed, okay? Number 11, here we go. You don't know how to work a room. Wow. If you're not social, the enemy's going to convince you that you shouldn't be at a networking event. But people with contacts and power people, they only remember those that stand out in a crowd. Let me say that again. People with contacts that can, refer you to other people, and people with power, meaning people that can pay you, yes, they only remember people that stand out in a crowd. So you've got to know how to work a room. Don't be afraid. I do it. I leave one group, I go to the next. I wait to be invited into the conversation. But I'm, all my teeth, I'm smiling. I'm on, 20. I'm excited to be there because I know that I'm the answer for a lot of people. I know that I'm the answer that they've been looking for, right? I have an answer to a problem. And you know what I always say, he who solves problems is he who gets paid. Yes. And so I always look at it like that, right? Yes, Prophet Smith, you need to buy a holder, sir. But that's how I always look at it. So you have to learn how to work a room. Who says, oh my goodness. Oh, I see someone saying this number 10, which was you forget about, you only get one chance to make a first impression. Shauna said that's her favorite. Awesome. Hey there, Michelle from Tabernacle. All right. So who says, you know what, Robin? Number 11, I really do need to learn how to work a room. Who's that? Let me see. Put a number 11 in the comment box if that's you. Look at Prophet J. Smith. He said he's on Amazon now ordering his business card holder. That's right. You can't expect people to pay you 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 8 and 10,000 and 20,000 and 50,000 and $100,000. And then, your business cards are raggedy. All right. Good. That's right, Jerry. Jerry says she's the answer to someone's problem. Good stuff. All right. Number 11. Well, we're going to practice that at P3. Yes. When I tell you, you all are not going to like me at P3. You're going to love me at P3. See, you thought I was going to say something else, right? Yep. You want to be there, though. P3, P3, P3. I'm going to talk about that in a minute. What's this saying? She's saying, she says, Katina says she's going to send you a custom one in the mail, Prophet. All right. Send me one. All right. You in the blessing business. Amen. Number 12 is, I like this. You don't ask follow-up questions. If you are networking, maybe you're trying to get a client, trying to get a job, and someone says, I wish you could help me. Then you need to say, okay, in what ways could I help you? Yeah. If someone says, you know what, the time is not right now, but it is something I need, then you need to say, well, when do you think the time might be? Or what's preventing this from being the time now? Yeah. What is it that I can help you take off your plate? Yeah. Again, with registering for P3, I had some people say, oh, my money's a little bit funny. Well, let me offer you a payment plan. Yeah. See, I'm in this to win this. I'm not in this to take no for an answer. I know that registration is, $350 and you pay it in full. But if you reach out to me and say, listen, I know I'm supposed to be there. I'm assigned to come to that event. I'm even assigned to you. I need to be present. Yes, but I need a payment plan. I'll work something out for you because this is about your success. I can't be a coach and say your success matters to me and then I don't help you, because I understand, when a baby starts crawling, you got to help it walk. You just don't say walk. You don't command it to walk. You have to teach it. And so, I'm going to teach you so that you never get in that position again where you're going to need a payment plan. But hey, I was there once and I appreciate that people helped me. All right. Good stuff. All right. So number 12, you don't ask follow-up questions. Any comments with that? Shantae says, sometimes I fall short on follow-up, but I'm getting better. Good. I love it. That's what I want to hear about her. Good, good, good. Number 13, we're almost done. We've only got 3 more to go. This is another networking untruth. You aren't being honest. Yikes. Yes. Would you ever recommend someone who you know that they stretch the truth? Wow. It's tempting to tell somebody, well, I know so-and-so. Well, do you really know them or do you know of them? When you start name dropping, when you start trying to make yourself out to be more than what you really are, when you start trying to inflate your resume so that it will match your rates, that's not cool. I don't want you to do that. Despise not the days. I told y'all, let the word do the work. Despise not the days of small beginnings. Don't grow weary in well doing. I want you to walk your course. Yes, enjoy the journey so that when you get to your destination, you are properly attired and prepared to stay there. Yes. Now I know that you could speak, those things that be not as though they were. That's not what that is talking about. You're not supposed to lie. When you're speaking things into faith, yeah, when you're speaking faith, then that's what you have to say. I need to be honest with you. This is where I'm at, but I'm truly believing God for where I know He's taken me. That's true, right? But don't say, I'm a multiple award-winning entrepreneur and you have never won anything. No, you can say, I really believe that I've got a winning idea. I've got a great plan and I know what God is going to do with it. The potential that God has in using me in the future. That's a totally different statement. That's true. All right. Yes. Good stuff. Joshua says it doesn't mean lie. Absolutely. Shantae. Good. Number 13. If that blessed you, put 13 in the comment box. All right. Number 14 is no follow-up. Have you ever gone through all the trouble to make a connection and then you don't follow up? I was thinking about that even with myself. I've been on the road for the past, 2.5, 3 weeks, and I've got some more travel coming up and I'm excited about it. But I want to make sure that I take advantage of all of the opportunities presented to me. It's one thing for me to show up and speak. Great. It's one thing for me to sell product at the end of when I speak. Wonderful. But it's another for me to meet people while I'm out and about that say they need what I offer. They meet my client avatar, meaning they're my ideal client. They fit my mold. And then I don't follow back up with them, right? That is a waste of the time that God gave me to meet them. All right. Hey, Sharita, I'm so glad to see you. Or Sharetta, what am I saying, Sharita? Sharetta. Yes. Good stuff. I'm glad to have you on, daughter. But I want you, see, y'all, we just one big family in P3. And there's Willetta Hawkins. She came to my event in Phoenix, Arizona. Glad to see you on, Minister. But I want you to understand that when God gives you these opportunities, when you follow these strategies that I give you, God is going to open the windows of heaven and pour you out a blessing so that you do not have room enough to receive it, right? That's part of that overflow equation. What are you going to do with it? How are you going to allow it to add to your bottom line? Yes, that's what the word says, that men are going to give unto your bosom. Yeah, press down and just running over. Amen. And so when those opportunities come, are you going to be properly prepared for them? I want to believe you are. That's right. So think about that. And then number 15, let's just keep it moving, is you don't tie up loose ends. When somebody asks you for a proposal, when somebody asks you for, some ideas or suggestions, anytime you are in the presence of someone, when you're networking, you should take their card and write on the, I got a card here, write on the back of their card what it is you promise to do, what it is you promise to provide them. All right. Good stuff. What it is you promise to provide them. I've got a list. I promise you, I've got a list in my office that I have to call people today so that I can tie up loose ends. Let me tell you guys this. I have so many stories, and again, all my P3ers, all my students know that I'm very, very transparent, and I always want to tell you, my truths, right? And I want to tell you, the mistakes that I made so that you can avoid making them. But I've sent out a lead before and had someone respond and say, hey, yes, we are interested. And here's what I think. Well, instead of me just saying, okay, I like that. And then they say, well, maybe we could connect in the future. I don't let it lie right there. I don't let it lay right there. Sorry. I don't leave it there is what I'm trying to say. I will tie up that loose end. They don't even know that the end is loose, right? But I know it's loose because until it's tied solid, until I have, a contract, or till I have, an invite to come and connect, or until I've sold that product, again, this is a person that has told me they want to, make some sort of connection with me. If they haven't done it, if they have not yielded to my call to action, then we got loose ends. And so what I do is I follow up in writing. I send a proposal. I send a PDF. I send a power deck, again, all the stuff I'm going to teach you in P3. But I have yielded, I've received $2,000 and $3,000 worth of contracts from doing something like that, regardless. They didn't even ask me for it. But again, I told you, you have to help people see not only why they need you, but they need you now. Because some people are procrastinators and they need a push. And there's nothing wrong with that. God is trusting you because you may be that light. You may be that example, that proof that they need, that God has got them on his mind. Think about that. Again, everything's not about you. I always confess, it's one of my confessions of faith, that God continues to put me on the hearts and minds of his people. Yeah, well, when those people call, there's a reason. It's not just for me to be on their hearts and minds. No, it's for something that he wants delivered to them just as much as what he wants me to receive. Amen. So don't forget to tie up loose ends. Don't let the enemy trick you and have you waste that networking opportunity. And then number 16 is you don't pay it forward. Listen, networking is a two-way street. If you're always reaching out, when your contacts need something, you need to respond. I thank God when I was doing my project and promoting the movie, A Question of Faith, I have been very, I've been a blessing, very much a blessing to a lot of you all. And when I reached out to you all and said, listen, this is what I need. I need you to push this. I need you to encourage people to go see it. I need you to talk about this on your social media links. A lot of you did it. Yeah. And for those of you that didn't, shame on you. Yes, because you got to pay it forward. All right. So a good networker is always ready and willing to help their contacts whenever they can. You never know. I might need, because you did that for me, I might say, well, you know what? I need to do something for them. I may need to suggest their name. I need to, be mindful of them in moving forward. So pay it forward. Good. Shantae says she has mastered that. I love it, daughter. That's what I'm talking about. Katina says that's something that she does regularly. Good stuff. I want you. Good. Denise says she saw the movie and it was excellent. I appreciate it. So let's talk. Let's talk. Let's talk. So I brought up a lot of things, these 16 points. I want you to use them. I want you to be mindful of them. It's your fourth quarter. You still have plenty of time to knock it out of the park. I'm already positioned to do just that. Listen, I'm commanding you. I've got my wand going. I'm commanding you to employ your faith. Let the word do the work. You got to start, a lot of you recite scriptures. Well, I want you to use those scriptures. You've memorized them. I need you to be focused on what the word of God says about you. Yes. And I promise you, you're on his mind. You are on his mind. Okay, good stuff. Now, here we go. Of course, got to talk about P3. Super, super excited about that. Pray, plan, and prosper. Yes, the movie is out now. Yes, so please go see the movie. You can still promote it. So those of you on your social media networks, do please encourage people to go see A Question of Faith. Thank you for asking me that. Prophet J. Smith. So let's talk about Pray, Plan, and Prosper. I'm excited. P3, my live event. P3. I'm so excited. I guess I should do three fingers, right? But P3 is coming up November 9th through the 12th here in Atlanta. Let's see here. It is a business building retreat for entrepreneurs with faith. It's time for you to employ your faith. Again, I don't hide my faith. I mean, I'm not, a walking, preaching Bible in business meetings. No, because I've already done all that behind the scenes. Yeah. When I'm in business meetings, it's just time for God to show up and do what he does. Yeah, he's going to honor my faithfulness. When Jairus, when his daughter, what is it? Somebody is. Jairus, he went to Jesus as Jesus was walking, and he reminded him. He said, I've been obedient. He said, yeah, I need you to remember what it is you told me to do, and I did it. Yeah, we have that right. We can remind God, we can remind him of what he told us to do, and we did it. Yes, we're standing on his principles. We're standing. We can be found faithful. Yeah, there's lots of scriptures that I could share with you. That's why it's important that you learn the word and you place it. You know, the word says, my word have I hidden in my heart. Yeah, it needs to be hidden in your heart so that what comes out of you, because what comes out of you is what's in you. And if it's not in you, it can't come out. And that's why some of you feel defeated. That's why some of you don't think that this is your time to win. This is why some of you are wondering, where is God? No, God is asking, where are you? Yeah, where are you? He's giving you all these creative ideas. He's giving you witty inventions. Again, I've been meeting some amazing people the last few weeks that I've been out on the road, and I'm excited. They're coming to P3, and I want you all to join me there. So go to the website, p3retreat.com, and register. Again, if you need a payment plan, the registration is $350. If you need a payment plan, then hook up with me, shoot me an email, info@thewearagency.com, and I will connect. I'm putting it in the comment box. If you need a payment plan option. All right. So, and then let me see what I got a question here. Sorry about that, you guys. Oh, somebody said, how many times do you follow up if you don't get a response the first time? I have a three contact rule. Yes. Because I work with a lot of pastors and bishops, and so they get busy. And so a lot of them, just being nice, will say, oh, yes, you know, Robin, we want to connect with you. We want to have you. So I follow up 3 times. If they don't respond, I let it go. I'm not going to beg people. All right. So good stuff. If you have any other questions, put them there. No problem. No problem. I'll gladly answer them. But yeah, you have to be comfortable in letting people go, because when it is time, God will make that divine connection. I have a bishop right now that has been texting me for probably 5 or 6 months. Oh, you know, I want you to do some work for me. Okay, great. Let me know when you're ready. Yeah, because I'm not going to call him. I'm not going to call him. I did all that when we first got connected. It's just, you know, it's crazy. So I get it. You make time for what your priorities are. So good stuff. And then lastly, you guys, you see the donate button here. There's some of you that for whatever reason, you're not going to be able to make it at P3. You know, it's not financial. Maybe it's because you can't get off work. Maybe it's because you need more time to make arrangements for kids, baby, what am I trying to say? Babysitting, childcare. That's what I was trying to say. Thank you, Holy Ghost. But you want to pay it forward. You want to be a blessing to someone. You can click donate, click that button, and you can sow a seed to help someone else attend P3. Think about it. You know how it is whenever you have a need. Whenever lack is present, one of the best ways is to kick lack, right? To remove the lack of back from your life is to sow a seed. So you can sow a seed into P3, and it will be used to help someone else come to P3. So whatever you want to do, $20, $25, $100, or the full $350, whatever it is you need, you just, think about that. If you were the one in need and someone was going to bless you, what would you want them to do? Yeah, absolutely. So I put that there as well. So what other questions do we have? Good stuff. Good stuff. Yep. Don't let these 16 untruths get you off track. Absolutely not. Thank you guys for hanging out with me today. I'm super excited. Again, looking forward to what's next. Yes. All right, let me take this. Let me stop screen sharing. All right. So what questions do you have? P3 starts Thursday night, November the 9th. We start in the evening. I think the first session is at 6. You will have homework the first night, so don't think that you can come in on Friday. If you come in on Friday, you're going to have to make up for Thursday. So when you have your break time, you're going to have to go over in a corner and get your assignment from Thursday so that you can catch up. and be in place with everybody else. But this is a retreat. It's not a conference. I'm not going to stand there and teach you like what I just taught you, though. This is great information. That's not what P3 is about. P3 is going to teach you how to monetize your online presence. It's going to teach you how to employ your faith so that you can build your own brand. Yeah, look, I had to pull my little flyer out. Yes, it starts with prayer. Pray, pray, plan, and prosper. So we're going to start with prayer. You're going to learn some principles when it comes to praying, how to pray the scriptures, how to let the word do the work. And then, of course, we'll go into sessions. We've got not all of your meals, but quite a few are included so that those of you that may be on a budget, you do not have to worry about trying to pay a lot to eat in the restaurant. So in fact, the opening, the first night, Thursday night, we have a welcome reception. So we're looking forward to having you there. And then I want you all to know that as your success coach, yes, I'll be doing probably 90% of the teaching, but I do have some special guests. However, I'm excited about it. I got some things up my sleeve. Look, I got a sleeve here. I got some tricks up my sleeve. And so I'm really looking forward to giving some of you the opportunity to connect with me one-on-one. Yes, that's right. I just remember when I was building my business and my platform, before I could say, I had $15,000 months, I was speaking that prophetically, but now I'm speaking it, because that's what I have. And so there were some things that people poured into me, and I want to pour into you. So some of you, not everybody, but I am going to do some one-on-one. So I got some other things up my sleeve. So, and then for those of you that want to arrive early Thursday, I am offering a professional photo shoot. So that's why you got to go over to the website and check out all of the details. All right, p3retreat.com, and you can see you have the option to that. All right. So what else? What questions do we have? They could be about P3 or anything. Okay. All right. Let me see here. Will the retreat be streamed if you're unable to physically be there? No, it will not. Because it's a retreat, it is a working retreat. And so you really need to be present so that you can take full advantage of everything that is being taught. All right. Good stuff. Thank you, Shantae. I appreciate your feedback. Sharetta, glad to have you on. And Denise and Katina, just everybody that's on. Thank you so much. Share this. I will save this. I will put it out there so that other people can enjoy this teaching. But yeah, put this on your Facebook page and tell people that they need to go and take this training. Will y'all do that for me? Yeah. Was I a blessing? Is that something that you're willing to do to be a blessing back to me? I sure appreciate it. All righty, good stuff. Well, I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Have an amazing day, and it is definitely my prayer to see you guys, to see all of you all. I see you, Rhonda, to see you all at P3, November 9th through the 12th. All right, good stuff. Bye-bye.